Welcome and thank you for joining me today. My name is Gary Newbury. I'm a senior executive on call helping businesses in the make, move, sell flow of consumer goods and services. My purpose is to inspire business leaders, particularly those within the consumer products and retailing space, to think big, be bold, scale, adapt and win, one epic supply chain transformation at a time. There's additional content available through my website, RetailAID.ca, or on my YouTube channel, RetailAID. Be sure to check it out. As the business world faces much volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, organizations need to be tapping into resources with an inside edge on transitioning their teams to be agile, innovative and digital, with thought leaders, experts and senior executives who have mastery of operational turnarounds and strategic transformations to help reorientate their enterprises. There's great material to get through here, so let's get started. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to dive straight in by asking, what is a strategic transformation? And how is this different to an operational turnaround? Let me refer you to the operational turnaround module for more detail. However, an operational turnaround is when performance is nosedive, but prospects within the current market remain strong. It may be in a stage of growth or maturity, and the business wants to boost performance, serve customers more appropriately, and improve market standing. A strategic transformation can result from a business experiencing disruption, whether this is external to the market, such as a pandemic, or within the market, where maybe a digital native has been able to establish a foothold and is attracting your customers away from your business by offering a more convenient service or a more relevant proposition, rather than just a price differential. Whatever has happened has encouraged the business now to reflect on its current product portfolio and any shortfalls in relationship to its target segments. First, let's look at strategic change initiatives. Survey after survey after survey suggests these are prone to fail. More often than not, more than 2/3 or higher fail. The key reasons are a lack of engagement by leaders and their staff, lack of deploying suitable talent to the transformational program, or maintaining momentum due to initiatives taking so long to deliver. Transformational program timescales can allow target segments to move on, leaving your brand potentially heading into irrelevancy. Armed with this information, it brings doubt on whether strategic transformation will have a successful outcome or will be, in fact, a complete and utter waste of time. The big question is, how can we improve the chances of success? Traditionally, we have thought of strategic transformation programs lasting 3 to 5 years. Changes of management can weaken a business's resolve to stay on target, and such initiatives can lose impetus through resource cutbacks, and customers can move on. Organizations are under accelerating pressure to change their propositions, their business models, their technologies, their processes, and their cultures if they're going to be effective in a digital age and show resilience in the face of disruption and evolving consumer trends. Reducing the timeline of transformational programs to the annual planning cycle is likely to be a solution to this, but is it even possible? Is the sheer definition of strategic transformation in part why leadership teams cannot think or commit to these shorter, more productive timescales? Is it that many are invested in an assumption that when we get through this long resource consumptive process, it will fix so many things and provide an unassailable competitive advantage for years to come? I might argue to stop looking at those glossy sales brochures and face the reality of the question, how fast can we change if we're motivated? Here's a heading. As we work through the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, the pace of change and disruption is accelerating. It will never be this slow again. So we need to be able to mobilize our organization quickly to transform as disruptive events will drive the need for change. Businesses recognize the choice between success and failure is in understanding trends and leading them. Accordingly, when we think about strategic transformation, we may need to think of unthinkably short timescales, months rather than years, weeks rather than quarters. A great example of accelerating timescales has been Tesco, the UK's largest retailer. The leadership team had been presented with a 3-year plan to strategically transform their store network for a doubling of digital fulfillment, with a budget in excess of $5 billion. As a pandemic hit, Dave Lewis, Tesco CEO, pulled his team together, removed all the distractions and had the capabilities up and running in 6 weeks, and had changed from $600 million. We are talking speed, focus, and results. Having undertaken several strategic transformations myself, these 3 attributes are the crux of the matter for a business. Traditionally, many businesses have expected their executives to cope with multiple waves of change and disruption without formal training, without a strategic framework, and more often than not, without talented resource focused on the transformation's delivery. These business change programs often end up being done on the side of a desk rather than as a main focus. In my experience, there are 3 key steps in mounting a strategic transformation, which I'm going to present at a very high level today. Step 1, conduct a full no-holds-barred SWOT analysis, market research, target segments, and develop a clear vision for the organization. Create and cascade internal communications of this vision that engages with managers and workers, encourages enrollment via experimentation. Create requirements for new capabilities and identify capabilities that will no longer be needed to support the new vision. Consider the organizational structure, roles and responsibilities required going forward and a transitional plan. Step 2, create a roadmap to develop the essential capabilities and also a strategic transformation change management team, along with metrics to ensure alignment during the transformation. Compress the roadmap and ensure the vital few are identified as a focus for re-implementation. Step 3, properly resource and execute the compressed roadmap, disseminating daily, weekly, monthly communications on the performance to stakeholders, and do celebrate the journey. Ensure the culture continues to align with the vision while implementing the to-be processes, any new technology capabilities, and fully implement the new vision, values, and purpose at speed. As a closing thought, being agile, innovative, and digital is a collective approach to resolve many end-to-end retail supply chain and last-mile challenges. We are facing accelerating disruption, demand and supply shocks, climate change, geopolitical challenges, and importantly, ever-evolving consumer trends, all of which require creativity, a strong immutable purpose, and why, a roadmap to spectacular success, a clear and conspicuous strategy with stakeholder ownership, executional excellence, and humbleness which permits fast learning, application, and rapid change management. The future is in front of us. We can embrace it, lead it, and win, or we can let it happen to us. You have to decide what type of future you want it to be. Thank you for listening today. I hope the information has been valuable for you and your team. You can connect with me via the website retail.ca and go to the contact page, or via LinkedIn by typing linkedin.com/in/last-mile. Look forward to hearing from you and playing an active part with your supply chain and your business's transformation as you start to act boldly, think big, scale, adapt, and win.